Welcome to SS85 Philippine Indigenous Communities. In this video, we will discuss about the different indigenous cultural communities and indigenous peoples in Minsupala, or Mindanao, Sulu, and Palawan, which are found in the southern part of the Philippines. At the end of the lesson, you will be able to identify the different indigenous cultural communities and indigenous peoples in Mindanao, Sulu, and Palawan. Mindanao, Sulu, and Palawan, collectively known as Minsupala, form one of the most culturally diverse regions of the Philippines. The picture shows the map of the Philippines highlighting Mindanao, Sulu, and Palawan. These places have significant historical background that is essential for understanding the broader history of the ICC's IPs in our country. Minsupala is home to the Tri people, with at least 18 ethno-linguistic groups of Lumads, 13 groups of Moro and indigenous Christians. Each group carries its own history, traditions, and worldview shaped by centuries of trade, colonization, and resistance. As Mindanaoans and as Filipinos, understanding Minsupala means recognizing its rich cultural heritage, acknowledging the roots of its social and political challenges, and appreciating how the diverse identities of its people contribute to the larger story of the Filipino nation. Going back to Mindanao, geographically speaking, Mindanao is one of the three island groups making up the Philippine archipelago. Its largest islands are the Mindanao landmass, Basilan, Jolo, Tawi-Tawi, and Dinagat. As of 2020, the Mindanao Island Group had a total population of 26,250,442, representing 24.8% of the entire population of the Philippines. Collectively, the island group of Mindanao is bounded on the north by Bohol Sea, on the east by the Philippine Sea, and on the south by the Celebes Sea. The island is mountainous and is home to Mount Apo, the highest mountain of the country. The island group is divided into six regions, including Region 9 or Zamboanga Peninsula, Region 10, Northern Mindanao, Region 11, the Davao region, Region 12, the Soxargen, Region 13, the Caraga, and the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao or the BARM. Each of these regions contributes to the cultural, historical, and socio-political diversity of Mindanao, showcasing a range of indigenous groups, Moro communities, and migrant settlers whose interactions have shaped the region's unique identity. These regions are further subdivided into 27 provinces, of which only four are not in Mindanao Island itself. The island group includes the Sulu archipelago to the southwest, which consists of the major island of Basilan, Hulo, and Tawi-Tawi, plus the outlying islands in other areas such as Camiguin, Dinagat, Siargao, Samal, and Sarangani. Although Palawan is not geographically part of Mindanao, it is important to include it in our discussion because of its close historical, cultural, and geographic ties to the Minsupala region. Administratively, Palawan belongs to Region 4B or Mimaropa in southern Tagalog, yet its strategic position, stretching from Mindoro in the northeast toward Borneo in the southwest, places it at the natural crossroads between the South China Sea and the Sulu Sea. This unique location shaped Palawan's interactions with surrounding communities and its role in regional trade, migration, and cultural exchange, making it a meaningful part of the broader Minsupala narrative. For about 200 years, Palawan Island was a territory of the Sultanate of Borneo, primarily because of its close proximity to the latter. Islam was introduced to the southern Palawan, and the Mulbog people embraced this religion. In 1658, the Sultan of Brunei ceded the control over northern Borneo and Palawan to the Sultan of Sulu Salauddin Bakhtiar for his assistance to the former during an internal power struggle. During the 18th century, the possession of Palawan was transferred briefly to the Sultanate of Maguindanao and then to the Spanish colonial government in Manila. In its efforts to Christianize the island, Spanish missionaries constructed churches enclosed by garrisons in Cuyo, Taytay, Dinapacan, and Balabac. Now, we will go to the main topic about who are the peoples of Minsopala at present and how can we categorize them. The peoples of Minsopala are comprised of two major classifications: the migrants and their descendants, and the second, the indigenous groups. Who are the migrants and their descendants? First, they are not originally inhabitants of the island and are usually natives of Luzon or Visayas who only arrived in Mindanao in the early 20th centuries. Their arrival was actually a result of the American encouragement to permanently settle in Mindanao, either through a government sponsored resettlement program or through their own voluntary efforts. As commonly used among Mindanaoans, the word migrant is often confused with the term Christian. Of the migrant peoples, the following have significant population in Mindanao, namely Cebuano, Ilonggo, Bulanon, Waray, Siquijudnon, Tagalog, Bicolano, Kapampangan, and Ilocano. Mindanao is a very rich land that attracted the lowly inhabitants of other islands. It has also been a magnet for big fortune seekers who want to dominate and control its vast resources. It has been the economic target of foreign capital and investment due to its rich mineral resources, soil fertility, abundance of power supply, and cheap labor. Accordingly, for these reasons, many Christians have come to settle alongside the island's original residents, the Lumad and the Moro people. Thus, the tri-people character of Mindanao was born. The concept of tri-people is used to depict the peoples of Mindanao, the indigenous Christians, the Moros or Muslims, and the Lumads. Let's get to know each category. First, who are the indigenous Christians? Indigenous Christians refer to indigenous peoples who exist in Mindanao among various Lumad tribes who have converted since the Spanish colonial era. While the Moro and Lumad communities resisted Spanish rule, Spain succeeded in establishing footholds in parts of eastern and northern Mindanao through sustained missionary activity. As a result, by the 1890s, nearly 200,000 people in Mindanao had embraced Christianity. They were largely converts from indigenous communities in areas such as Butuan, Davao, Camiguin Island, Cagayan de Oro, Misamis Oriental, Iligan, Ozamis, Dapitan, and Dipolog. This spread of Christianity also contributed to a contraction of more Sultanate influence in some of these regions. Today, these indigenous Christian communities represent a historical layer of Mindanao's population, which are rooted in pre colonial ancestry shaped by colonial missionary expansion and deeply woven into the region's diverse cultural identity. Furthermore, who are the Moros? The Moros are the Muslim ethno-linguistic groups native to Mindanao, Sulu, and parts of Palawan. The term Moro was first used by the Spanish colonizers who borrowed it from the word Moor. This term originally came from the Latin Maori, referring to the inhabitants of Mauritania in northwest Africa, which is an area that corresponds to present-day Algeria, Mauritania, and Morocco. When Islam spread across this region and later into the Iberian Peninsula, ruling parts of Spain from 711 to 1492, the Spanish used Moor to describe Muslims in general. Thus, in the colonial Philippines, the Spaniards called the Muslim inhabitants of Mindanao, Sulu, and Palawan as Moros, not as an insult, but as their generic label for all Muslims. Just a snippet from history. Islam reached the Malay Indonesian region and eventually Mindanao and Sulu through Muslim traders, missionaries, or both. Historical accounts point to the arrival of certain Tuan Masyaika in the Sulu archipelago around 1280, marking one of the earliest introductions of Islam in the area. Over time, Islam spread and took root, leading to the formation of powerful political entities such as the Sultanate of Sulu and the Sultanate of Maguindanao. However, with the Spanish efforts to subjugate the Moro homeland, it resulted in the Spanish-Moro Wars that began in 1565 and lasted for over 300 years. To gain the sympathy and support of Christianized native Filipinos, the Spaniards infused the term Moro with derogatory or negative connotation, such as pirates or pirata, traitors or traidor, horamintad or killers, enslavers, cruel, and uncivilized. Thus, until the emergence of the Moro National Liberation Front or MNLF in 1969, the people in Moroland or Bangsamoro refused to be called Moros. The MNLF, however, transformed the term into a byword of nationality and identity in Moroland, which later on the Muslim people started to embrace being called Moros. The Bangsamoro or Moro Nation refers to the collective Muslim groups in southern Philippines who trace their ancestry to early Malay, Arab, and Indian migrants dating back as early as the 14th century. These communities developed into distinct ethno-linguistic groups, each with its own language, culture, and political tradition. There are 13 Islamized ethno-linguistic groups which include the following: the Bajau, Iranuns, Jama Mapon, Kalagan, Kalibugan, Maguindanaon, Maranao, Mulbog, Palawani, Samal, Sangil, Tausug, and Yakan. Today, they comprise about 20% of the total Mindanao and Sulu population. Additionally, the Moro people of Minsupala are composed of several ethno-linguistic groups, each rooted in distinct traditional homelands across the southern Philippines. In mainland southern Palawan reside the Panimusan, or also called the Palawani, while the Mulbog are traditionally found on Balabac Island, east of southern Palawan. The Jamamapon inhabit Cagayan de Sulu, or the south of Palawan. Across the Tawi-Tawi cluster of islands live many communities of the Sama people, particularly the seafaring Bajau or Sama Dilaot, who also range across the entire Sulu archipelago. The Tausug, known historically as the core of the Sulu Sultanate, are concentrated in the Hulu Islands, while the Yakan are based primarily in Basilan. Moving towards Mindanao's mainland, the Kalibugan traditionally occupy parts of the Zamboanga Peninsula, and the Iranuan are rooted along the Iliana Bay area. The Maranao are centered around the Lanao provinces, especially near Lake Lanao. The Sangir or Sangil communities are found in Sarangani and Samal Island, while the Kalagan or Kagan inhabit parts of the Davao provinces. Finally, the Maguindanaoan, historically prominent through the Sultanate of Maguindanao, are located in the Maguindanao region. Together, these groups form a diverse and culturally rich Bangsamoro society shaped by centuries of trade, migration, and Islamic influence. Furthermore, to give you a glimpse of some of the Moros, let me share to you some of their information. We have here the Panimusan or Palawani or Palawano. Panimusan, which is part of the Palawano tribe, underwent significant cultural changes due to missionary arrivals and increased intermarriage with Muslim tribes. They are located in mainland southern Palawan, specifically in Rizal, Palawan. The Mulbog is one of the Muslim cultural minorities, a people group believed to have been migrants from North Borneo. This group is also known as Malibugan or Mulibuganon. They are located in Balabac Island, which is east of southern Palawan. The Jama Mapon, literally people of Mapon, are the indigenous people from the municipality of Mapon. Mapon in Sulu Archipelago is classified as a fourth-class municipality. It was called Cagayan de Sulu by Spanish colonialists and later named Cagayan de Tawi-Tawi upon the establishment of Tawi-Tawi province in 1973. That ends the discussion about the Moro people. Now we continue tackling the last group among the tribe people, the Lumad community. Who are the Lumads? Lumad is a Cebuano or Bisaya term meaning native or indigenous. The Lumads refer to the tribes who were neither Islamized nor Christianized upon the arrival of the Spaniards. Also, it is a collective term used to describe the indigenous people of Mindanao. It is short for Katauhang Lumad, which literally means indigenous people. This was officially adopted by the delegates of the Lumad Mindanao People's Federation or LMPF to distinguish them from the other Mindanaoans, just like the Moro or Christian. These presently comprise the 18 ethno-linguistic indigenous groups or peoples whose previous generation have continuously inhabited the island of Mindanao since time immemorial. We have the Subanan, the Blaan, the Tiboli, Mandaya, Mansaka, Tirura, Higaunon, Manobo, Bagobo, Bukidnon, Tagakaulo, Obo, Banwaon, Kalagan, Dipabawon, Talaandig, Mamanwa, and Mangwangan. The Lumad exhibit a distinct geographic distribution across the island, reflecting their historical settlement patterns. The Manobo represent the most broadly distributed ethno-linguistic cluster, traditionally inhabiting vast areas of Agusan del Sur, Agusan del Norte, Bukidnon, Cotabato, Sultan Kudarat, Sarangani, and the Davao provinces. The Subanan, in contrast, are primarily located in the western part of the island, specifically the Zamboanga Peninsula and Misamis Occidental. Moving south, the Blaan and Tiboli share territories in Davao del Sur, South Cotabato, and Sarangani province. The Mandaya are found in the eastern provinces of Davao Oriental, Davao del Norte, Davao de Oro, and Surigao del Sur. In the central and western interior, the Triuray or Tiduray traditionally occupy the borderlands between Maguindanao and North Cotabato. The Higaonon inhabit the rugged areas spanning Bukidnon, Agusan del Norte, Misamis Oriental, and Iligan City. The Bagobo groups are historically centered around the slopes of Mount Apo, particularly in Davao del Sur and parts of Cotabato. The province of Bukidnon is home to the Bukidnon and the Talaandig groups. The northernmost coastal regions host the Mamanwa in Agusan del Norte and Surigao del Norte. Finally, several groups are concentrated in the Davao region and its immediate periphery. The Atamanobo are located west and northwest of Mount Apo, extending into Davao del Norte and Davao City. The Tagakaulo are situated south of Mount Apo in Davao del Sur and Sarangani. The Dibabawon, Mangwangan, and Mansaka are closely associated with Davao de Oro, which was formerly called Compostela Valley Province. They are also found in Davao del Norte, with the Mangwangan also extending into Davao Oriental. The Banwaon are mainly found in Agusan del Sur, and the Matigsalog, which is a Manobo subgroup, are located specifically in the Tigwa Salug Valley area of Bukidnon. To give you a glimpse of some of the Lumads of Mindanao, let me share to you some of their information. The Manobo belong to the original stock of Proto-Philippine or Proto-Austronesian people who came from South China thousands of years ago. The first Manobo settlers lived in northern Mindanao, particularly in Camiguin, Cagayan, and some areas of Bukidnon and Misamis Oriental. There are many subgroups of Manobo such as Agusanon Manobo, Ata Manobo, Ilianon Manobo, and many others. The Subanon are indigenous cultural communities scattered all throughout the Zamboanga Peninsula, which was originally named Sibugwe and is located in West Mindanao. The term Subanon comes from the root word suba, which means river. The suffix nun or non or nen indicates a locality or place of origin. Thus, Subanon means those who live along riverbanks and coastal areas. The Blaan are a tribal community of southern Mindanao. The name of this indigenous group comes from the word Bla and An, meaning opponent people. The Blaans in South Cotabato were renowned hunters and food gatherers. They hunted wild animals and were reaping grains, root crops, fruits, and herbs in once vast open space of Kogon lands, known as Colon Datal, nowadays Coronadal City. To end this lesson, I would like to leave you a message that Minsopala is home to numerous indigenous groups, each with unique traditions, languages, and cultural practices. Every Lumad group, every Moro Sultanate, and every community of indigenous Christians has its own unique story, its own language, and its own heritage. When we accept these individual narratives, we move closer to understanding the true complexity and resilience of the Filipino as a whole. To add, many indigenous groups today are on the front lines advocating for their rights, self determination, and recognition of their ancestral domains. As Filipinos, learning about their struggle is essential. It's about ensuring their voices are not marginalized in the policy making that shapes their lives. Also, when we recognize the shared humanity and respect this magnificent cultural diversity, we truly begin to see Mindanao, Sulu, and Palawan as a foundational part of our collective Filipino identity. Our role as fellow Filipinos and Mindanaoans is to listen and to support the initiatives that allow their concerns to be heard. These are some of the references I used in this discussion. That's all for Module 1, Lesson 2, Daghang Salamat. Thank you very much for listening. Don't forget to take the quiz.